I was telling, suppose I want to print from I to 10. Okay, right, print I. But suppose I want to break. If some condition is satisfying after 5, I want my loop should be break. For example, if I is equal to 5, we want to break the loop. Else, so what we did for I in the range 1 to 10, if I equals to 5, break, else continue. So what happens? If you're writing one program and if your for loop sees any break statement, it will just close the loop and it will come out of the loop. For example, if I write here print name. So what happened? Initially, I value was increasing. Okay. If I was 1, this is not getting satisfied. So it came to else, printed up to 4, it did. When I became 5, it went to I equals to 5 and it break the statement and my loop was not running. Is that understood? Clear? See why we use break? To break the loop,
Yes, sir.
to break a loop, we use a break statement. Then what is continue?
Is it the opposite of break?
You see, when I use continue instead of break, so how break works? They go. Whenever your program encounters a
Use
break,
continue will print till 9, sir.
wait. So if anytime, so how break
Hello.
works? Wait. So if I'm printing some, if your loop encounters a break statement, it will stop the loop and it will come out of the loop. That is the working of a break. Okay. Somebody asked how break works. No, so I will explain it. For continue, see here, if for I in the range 1 to 10, I equals to 5, continue. When you write continue, after continue, let's say you write print something. Okay. See, uh, here also we will write something. You see here what we did for I in the range 1 to 5. If I equals to 5, print this. So when I was 5, it printed this. And then it was continue. When your loop encounters continue, it will go directly to here to change the value of I. Whatever there down the continue, okay, below the continue, if you have written some piece of code, it won't get executed even though it is there inside the if statement. By because whenever your for loop encounters the continue, it will just leave what is there below. It will just go to iterate a for loop. Is that clear? And why? And also, you guys, you have already seen the what is try except, right? So mostly in try except we use continue. So what is pass? Pass is nothing but there is no use of pass, I guess. See, there is no use of pass basically. If pass is there, it won't do anything. If I don't write pass also, it will give me the same output. So you know a lot of students. See, pass is nothing but there are generally 2 to 3 use of pass. First, if you are creating an empty class, empty loop, or empty if else statement, if you just write pass, it won't give you an error. It will treat as a complete thing. Suppose here I have shown you if a double equals to 2 pass. So what it does, it will act as a complete if else statement. Okay, pass will act as a complete if else statement. Suppose you are creating a function where we will see how to create a function. So in the function also, if you write pass, it won't do anything. It will treat as a complete function. If you just write a function name, it will give you an error. And yeah, and pass, why we use it basically, key suppose here from 1 to 9, 1 to 10, I want to print something, but I don't want to print 5. So what I can write, if I equals to 5, just pass it. Don't do anything, just pass it. So my 5 is not printed. What is continue? Okay. Continue is nothing but, suppose this is line number 1, line number 2. Five, number 6. So what continue do? Starting from line number 1, our line number 1 for loop. So it will iterate I equals to 1. So it was keep on going on because it was not entering the if statement. So it was coming to second after first line. It's checking if I equals to 5 or not. No, it's not 5 because I value of I is 1. So it goes to else statement and printing it goes to line number 6 and printing the value of 5, which is 1. Sir, why line number 5 is not printed? Telling you. Because I never printed print I now. I never printed print I. In inside, if I equals to 5, I never wrote print I. So how it will get print? So now, if I equals to 5,
So sir, instead of 5, that other statement will be printed.
yeah, this dummy statement is printed. Okay, and here you see after 5 inside if I equals to 5, I am writing 2 dummy statements. Okay, one is before continue, one is after continue. So as soon as before continue, all these things will work. Okay, here everything will work, but whatever I write after continue, it is not getting printed. I'll show you one more example. Suppose I'll write continue here itself. So can you tell me the output? What will be the output of this? See, here below continue, whatever code was there, it didn't run. Print name is outside of the loop, so it will printed. But inside what is there? Okay. See, this is line number 2. This is line number, sorry, this is line number 1, this is line number 2. So after continue, it will again go to line number 1. Then line number 1 will execute, then it will see, okay, continue is there. Then again, it will go to line number 1. So can you tell me how many times the loop will executed in this code? Okay. And how many times the loop will executed this code? If you understand this, then you understand. Just start putting here. Okay. So there are same thing. Okay. All the codes are same. Here instead of break continues there. Here break. is there. So can you tell me how many times my for loop ran on line number, cell number 62 and cell number 63? Somebody
So
please
in
tell.
62, it runs 9 times. Here,
So
And
here in print till 4 and then instead of 5, the print schedule will be put and then 6, 7, 8, 9.
what 6, 7, 8, 9? I'm just running this both. I'm just only getting name. Can you tell me how many times the loop ran in 64 and 65? So somebody said key in line number 64, we will run 9 times. Okay. And what about line number 65? This piece of code.
So it will run just one time, then it will come to the last statement, then it would print name.
But clear. Yes, that's the thing. It will run for 9 times, it will run for 1 time, and it will come to this line.
So can you explain the second one, sir? How it will run only one time?
Because after running this loop, it encountered the break now. So what I told, whenever your for loop encounters the break, it will just break it. It won't go above or it won't go to, suppose this is line number 2. And this
Yes,
is
sir,
line,
yes, sir.
line number 1. So whenever after line number 1, line number 2 will. In line number 2, break is there. So if the break is there, it will see, okay, now I have to get out of the loop. So it will get out. But in continue, it won't get out of the loop, but instead it will go to again line number 1.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I got it. So if you use a break in for loop, then directly print the last statement.
Not last statement. If you use the break, this is out of the loop. Now this is not inside loop.
That's what. It'll print whatever is there out of the loop. That's what.
Yeah.
Nothing will go inside the loop.
Yeah, nothing will go inside the loop. This won't be working. Okay. And for the continue also, this won't be working. But you see, you need to understand how this works. Okay. This will run 10 times. This will run only 1 time. Okay. And suppose pass is there. Let's remove this. Pass won't do anything. It will run same like that. If we don't write pass also, it will give me the same output. So that is the difference. If you just write none, it will give you an error. But if you write pass, see, I'll tell you one thing. If you write pass, okay. So if you write none also, it is not doing anything. If I write pass also, it is not doing anything. So basically you can use either to complete something, like to write an empty loop, empty function, empty class or anything. Okay. Now try except, somebody was asking. See why try except is getting used. Suppose you have a list which have names and numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have some string called name. And you want key, you need to convert suppose you have like this, okay. Here you have 12, you have 13. So what you want all the numbers out of this list. So what you can do, so if you just do it like this, suppose I will try to change for I in Li. Let's take an empty list. Okay. For I in Li, A dot append. Integer of I. Why it gave me error? Because okay, all this 1, 2, 3, 4, I can do it. But when Li for Li, like for the name, I cannot able to typecast it into the int because it is in the string format. So what I will do, I'll do try appending it. If it encounters error, continue. You see, after continue, it will just go to the loop. So when I run this I get all these items, all the numerical items. But when I was not using any try except, it was giving me error. So to handle the error, you can use try except. Is that clear? Guys, is that clear? So silence, okay, understood. Okay. So other things we'll see tomorrow. If you have any doubt, you can ping me on my WhatsApp. So see you guys.